Hi guys, this is Anchor Guy, Visible Man, whoever you know me as. So, recently someone brought to light that Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming out pretty soon. Right now it's out in Japan, and it won't be out in America for at least another 4 months. So anyone who doesn't know, Phantasy Star Online was like one of the first online console MMOs around, and it was this pretty much an arcade type sandbox game where you run in and kill mobs, and you work together with other players in order to advance to the storyline. And it had a lot of customization with the characters, it had a really good atmosphere, and it really wasn't focused on PvP too much, though I'm sure they'll start incorporating PvP into the equation eventually. Phantasy Star Online 2 is the sequel, and I'm not entirely sure what the story is. I know the first story was about how these guys went to find a new planet for their to reside on, and by the time the colonists came by, they couldn't find anyone around. Pretty much this dark force was on the planet that prevented them from colonizing. You had to go and clear them, so I don't know what the story is here, but probably something similar. It seems to be revolved around these weird bugs so far, so I don't know what the deal is yet. Anyway, so here's your character selection. So you can have casts, which are robots, Newmans, which are basically elves, and humans, which are pretty standard. The Newmans are essentially really good at magic. Casts are really good at fucking shit up melee style. Humans are the nice balance in between. So, thinking maybe kind of want to try female. Okay. So gender doesn't really matter too much. Rangers are basically there's 3 classes. So there's Rangers who shoot guns, Forces who do magic, and Hunters that just run up to things and hit them with a sword or whatever. I'll go with Hunter. I think the more entertaining class to watch. Though I haven't tried the other ones yet. What? Hell yeah. Okay. So let's start off. This is basically customization. As you can see, it's kind of extensive. It's a lot more advanced than it was in the first game. So you can choose your base face. Whatever it is, doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you could literally spend hours and hours doing this, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna try to cut it as short as possible. Let's see. No, I like the face as it is. Eye pattern. Eye color. Red eyes. Brown color. Actually make her part Android or whatever. With a scar across her face. So a nice thing about this is that, you know, in a lot of customization in games, what you'll notice is that, you know, it only changes the face, and sometimes it's a little confusing because you have to turn it side to side to see what's happening. In this game, it gives you like a basic shape in the middle, so you can kind of understand what it is you're doing to the face as you're changing it around. T-shirt trade. Okay, well, I'm fine with how she looks. Her eyes. Looks neat. Step. Holy crap. These are kind of scary. Okay. Maybe not too big. Oh, that looks good. I like her mouth as is. Hairstyle. I actually kind of like her hairstyle short. Let me see what other choices are. Oh my god, it wiggles while you wiggle her. Ah, should I do it? I don't know. She could be pretty, or she could be pretty funny looking. Off, why the fuck not? Let's try the pompadour. Okay. Gonna hair color here. That'll do it for me. Holy crap. So one nice thing you'll notice is that you can pretty much make her really fat if you wanted, or you can make her super skinny and childlike. So unlike a lot of other games where they pretty much are like, okay, you want to be a hot girl or you want to be a really hot guy, you can choose to be, you know, an out of shape person, which I think is a pretty cool choice. It's kind of refreshing. Make her a giant. Yeah, I'm gonna make her fat. Just because I have not ever played a fat chick as a main character, so let's see how that goes. Skin color. Body paint. I apologize if anyone's offended by near nudity. Body shape adjustments. She's gonna be buff. Butt shape. Muscle mass. Damn. She's gonna be a beast. Okay, now we got clothes back on. Not quite sure which one I want though. What the hell? Oh, I guess each class, like, you can pretty much wear the same things for all your characters, and this is totally a mage costume, but you can still wear it, and I think that's pretty cool. Don't really want her to wear a tutu. Why not? Costume, choose the colors. Now, if you have a robot, you can actually choose colors off of a palette. I don't know why I didn't choose that option here, but whatever, it's their choice. Very pretty. Alright, accessories. What can she wear here? Whoa. Oh my god. It doesn't fit in my cowboy hat. Nor that. Making me think hats are a big no-no with this lady. I really want to know what kind of conversation they had when they introduced the giant pompadour haircut. Glasses. Alright, let's see. What the? No, I haven't seen this before. So you choose from a host of different voices. And you can change the pitch of it so it looks sounds deeper. So that sounds like a guy right there. Oh, that's my voice. Alright. And this is just to kind of show what your character looks like in certain ways. Which I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's move on. Yes. Skip the prologue. When you make an account, you're gonna have to do the prologue. I'm just gonna skip it just for the sake of not boring the shit out of you. So one thing about this game you'll understand is that it's Japanese with an English patch. So in my video description I'm going to include basically how to go about... Whoa, she is heavy when she lands. Yeah, I'm going to include how to install the English patch and all that. Alright, so basically the main system of this game is that you start with quests. You go through a list, pretty basic, choose normal, and you can have a party if you feel like it. You can choose who can join your party at any given time. I'm basically going to go over the gameplay mechanics. So this is basically like not a turn-based MMO. This is a arcade type MMO, and you have stages, you have quests you do, and there's not really much downtime in terms of this game because loading screens don't take too long, and you pretty much jump right into the action like that. So it's all quick, fast. And unlike other MMOs where you have to go and travel around the world, you pretty much only stay inside a space station above the planet. And then you beam down and do your quests here. And, you know, basically the world changes, or the levels change looks every time. And, I mean, the basic setup's the same every time. And you'll notice one thing that's different about this game compared to other games is that there's no life bar. And so it's kind of like, well, how do I know if I'm gonna kill them or not? And this game is based on kind of just like measuring out your enemies. So each one of them at the beginning has very predictable patterns of attack, and it's up to you to memorize how those patterns of attack are going to affect your gameplay. So sometimes you get surrounded by these monkeys, and you know, you have to kind of keep an eye out for whether or not that monkey is going to charge at you from the side, and you can dash left, dash right, up, back, and to do that you can double tap the directional buttons or press the X button. Z allows you to kind of go from this first-person shooter or third-person shooter mode to like, kind of like an overview, which I prefer as a melee. These things, you press E to activate them, and they're kind of like little mini dialogues you have with other hunters. It's kind of a waste of time since it's all in Japanese. Not everything is translated over. So the big difference from the last game is that you can jump around, you have more movement and mobility, and the stages are modified to accommodate for those changes. And it's pretty cool that this game is essentially very similar to the first game. It's just more advanced. And as you go through these stages, you get interesting little events, and when you're in giant parties, you kind of run into some funny things. Like, me and my friend were playing a stage, and we ended up activating a world boss, and it's just a gigantic fucking spider crab thing, and we had no clue what to do. It almost wiped us out until, you know, a bunch of other people came in to help. But, you know, interesting things like that can happen while you're playing. Shit, I'm gonna die. So, good lesson here. The thing I have in my hotkey bar is a heal. It's called a mono mate. At least it was in the American version. As I was saying before about the combat, you memorize their attack patterns, and you learn to dodge and handle them. And as you attack, you kind of understand how much health they have on their own, so you don't get lazy, you're constantly having to pay attention. That's the kind of game it is. It's not like a lazy RPG, it's an action game where you, what's the word? Hack and slash? Ugh, getting surrounded. You can switch to multiple weapons by using your scroll button or your R. So if you want to switch to your gunblade stuff, or whatever weapon you equip, you can. One neat thing about this game is that you can spam your attack button if you feel like it. But if you want to really be efficient, you gotta look at this. Basically, this red circle appears around you. That's when you press your attack button during your combo to do more damage. Sometimes it's hard to do because you're interrupted by other mobs. Oh shit. Or you attack too soon. I think I just finished the quest. Yes, I did. Okay. So once you finish the quest, you get little like warp areas. And these warp areas allow you to go back to the ship. And what's neat is if you want to continue exploring the area, you can. And say I went to the complete opposite side of the map, well guess what? There's another warp to the ship. And there's going to be multiple warps to the ship. Everywhere. So you don't have to run all the way back. Like, this game cuts down on your downtime, your traveling time. So you don't have to waste too much time getting from point A to point B, which is a big step away from what usual MMOs do, which are all about wasting your time. Okay, so basically it gave me my ranking, it says what quests I can do now. Blah blah blah. Head back to the lobby. So one thing you'll notice about the ship, it's basically like town, you know, you run around, and it's got a nice atmosphere to it. You can stay AFK here and it just looks so pretty. These orange elevators, you press E, leads you to the shops. There's like no loading either. So you know, your basics, weapons, item lab. Oh. And I think I just ran into a little event thing. That's why I blacked out. So this chick is basically like, hey, what's up? Come and investigate some stuff for me. You know, investigations are like little mini quests where you do like 1 or 2 small things along the way during your quests, and it unlocks other quests. So here, let me show you. So here's the matter board. So you finish this quest, says defeat the little monkey thing or whatever, Udon. I think that's the monkey, I'm not sure. Whatever it is. So you do that and it unlocks the next area, and it tells you to do this, and so on. So it's an investigation, and honestly, I don't know what the investigation's about, but I'm sure one day I'll find out. Anyway, let's see. I didn't get any new weapons. Let me see if I can buy any to show you guys some of the cooler weaponry that's available. No, I'm pretty much broke. Alright, so worth a try. Alright. So, what else can I teach you? Green elevators basically give you access to other channels. You can see this one's very full. Also, during this loading screen, you can actually play around with the little dot in the middle. It moves with your mouse, I believe. That's another cool thing they had in Phantasy Star Online. Like, a lot of this, they carried over from the last game. Like, they really stayed faithful to it while adding new stuff. Okay. So there's a lot more people here. Oh, lag. Okay. So here's the storage area. Deposit, withdraw, you know, basic stuff. And here's the Visiphone. Basically, it's just look up player shops and all that junk. Let me see if I can show you something interesting. So over here, you have a title counter that lets you keep track of titles. I don't really know what the use of the titles are yet. I assume it's like little buffs. Team counter, where you can make your own team, which is essentially a guild or a company. And then this guy is where you learn classes and your class skills. So I have 1 SP. Every level you get 1 SP. I'm not gonna do that. Yay! Alright. Over here is the medical place. You can buy like drinks to increase your stats for like 1 quest or something. Okay, this guy. This is the guy you do the prologue with, and he gives you orders. So orders are basically like the same thing as an investigation, except you turn it into individual quests or order givers, which are quest givers. One thing you'll notice, like in a lot of MMOs, you take a bunch of quests and you can get lost, and you have to map out your own most efficient path in order to get everything done at the same time. In this game, they pretty much say, hey, I'll give you a bunch of side quests to do along with the main quest, so good luck with that. But it streamlines everything and makes it so you don't have to run around too much and waste your own time. It pretty much focuses most of your attention into the ass kicking, which I think is the point of a lot of games. Okay, so I'm on this quest. I'll complete this and I think I'll wrap things up. Alright. So one nice thing about this game is that every once in a while they have like emergency quests, and these emergency quests are basically like daily events that happen. Oh shit, don't crash. Okay, and one thing you're gonna know about Sega in general, because this is a free-to-play game, is that they're actually pretty invested in the community. They'll have events, they'll listen to their players, I believe. So, I mean, if you want to know a history about Sega, they're pretty much the kings of innovation. I mean, Nintendo, people say Nintendo is really unique and creative, but it really, I I mean, they've been using Mario for like decades. If anyone remembers the Sega Dreamcast, that was probably the most unique system with the most unique set of games. I mean, they really pushed the limits, and Sega is all about creativity and investment into their players. And so you'll probably be kept interested even if you get to the top. Now, this is a free-to-play game, so you're only allowed to have one character. You can't purchase more by purchasing the item mall stuff, and from what I can see, there's nothing that prevents you from actually playing this game if you don't purchase AP. Because there's no PvP, it's mostly co-op, so there's really no there's no like broken PvP balance yet, so we'll see how that goes. From what I can see though, is that there's also going to be a retail version you can buy, and that comes with some perks, so I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but I think the point is that they're trying to make it so everyone can play this game, and the people who seem to really want to just purchase the game, they can, and they'll get some useful things. And basically, if you end up liking this game enough, you probably will end up paying a little bit, and I think that's what Sega counts on for this game. But I was a little worried, you know, like, because in most pay-to-win games, they balance it so badly that, like, you have to buy it if you want to play. In this game, that's not the case. I don't know what's in the item wall exactly, other than some things like, oh, you died, do you want to revive right then and there? Or, you know, oh, you want another character slot, or do you want your own personal room? Like, really fun things, or just little minor things. But you can still enjoy the game as a player, even if you don't pay. So you can see by these monkeys, like the yellow ones, they lunge. So you have to be careful when you're near one of these guys, because they're ready to, oh shit. And the purple guys throw rocks at you, so you have to pay attention to that too. It's not hard, but if you get careless, you know, you can get fucked up if you get surrounded. Because the more players in your party, the more monsters are going to be. Also, you can do a party of like probably 4 max, I would say. That's what it was in Phantasy Star Online. And the neat thing about parties is that if you look at the mini-map, like, you're all assigned a color. That's like the little circle in the bottom left. So the mini-map allows you to track where your allies are. You press N, you can get a bigger one. And it tells you basically what all the areas are, how the overall map looks like, and the blue areas are undiscovered land that you haven't been to. Yellow triangle means exit, and the other yellow triangles mean there are enemies on the screen. And so it's pretty hard to get lost as long as you keep faithful to that mini-map. So it's like, you don't have to deal with that shit, which happens a lot in MMOs as well. It's pretty much, hey, there's a stage, go fucking beat the shit out of things, just like in the arcades. So, I mean, it does take some of the challenge away, but in all honesty, I mean, this game isn't really about getting lost and, you know, trying to map out quests, crafting items. This game is completely about just jumping in and beating the shit out of things. It always has been. Where are you, monkey? Oh, he's on there. So as you level up, let me show you some items. You use discs to learn new skills and stuff. So I just learned bind through, which I have no clue what it teaches, what weapon that's for. Since it's Japanese and you can't read some of these, I kind of gave up on it and just use all the ones I can. Okay. Oh, I've got a cooler sword now too. So basically there are different techniques you can have. So if you go over to equip weapons, you can set your weapon and then set the skills you want for it. And each one of these is for your combo. So this is like if you don't even start a combo, this is the first hit, this is the second hit, this is the third hit. So you can use your regular attack, which is your shift click. 1, 2, 3. Or you can do this. 1, 2. Well, I think I did it wrong. Hold on. Oh, no, I missed it. These special right-click attacks cost PP, which essentially, you know, you have to let it regenerate before you can do it again. So you can't constantly spam it. Let me see if I can do it. Some attacks don't chain well, and I'm pretty sure what I'm doing does not chain well. 1, 2. There you go. So that's like a really efficient combo right there for that weapon. What else can I show you guys? Equip armor. Equip your units. Nice. Okay, whatever I equip basically gives you boosts. I don't really know how significant they are, but they're cool and they're better than nothing. Alright, monkeys. Switch weapons mid-fight. And you know, as you use those like discs, you can get cool new techniques too. Like on my other character, I have this technique where I stab someone and then I pick them up and I chuck them at people. That you can deal extra damage, or you can have like other ones like an instant stun. So as you go on and find more discs, you can expand your abilities. Still trying to find the Fangolfs, who are pretty much wolves. We'll show up one of these days. So one question might be that this game might get a little repetitive. And right now, dodge that. It could be repetitive. Of course, it's so interactive and keeps you on your toes that it's hard for you to ever really be like, oh, this is boring, because you're kind of always in danger. I mean, depending on what class you are and rank, you could easily get one shot. As you start this off, it's really basic, but as the story progresses, it becomes much harder and things do a lot more damage. And so you have to constantly pay attention. If you're not careful, you're pretty much fucked. Oh, Fangolfs, there you go.
Emergency! Code! Attack!
Did I kill him? Yeah, I got it. That was another one. Alright, I think I finished that quest. So, overall, very simple game. Much more different than the other World of Warcraft clones you can see out there. I mean, MMORPGs are a dime a dozen, but this one definitely has a lot more to offer than the other ones because it actually does something different. And not only are the graphics fucking amazing, but the gameplay is very, very interesting. I mean, you can be laid back and casual about it, or you can make it intense. It's up to you. You can spam or you can time for efficiency. And as you get to like the boss fights and stuff, you're gonna start understanding that this game really is about teamwork, and also learning how to, you know, time things correctly. Because I mean, some enemies are flying, and melee classes are gonna have a hard time dealing with flying enemies. Some enemies run away. Like my class, the weakness is that, you know, I can go into a group and fuck shit up, but if things run away or fly, it's gonna be hard for me. Plus, I'm always gonna put myself at risk. Whereas if you're a magic caster, you blow everything up from a distance. If you're a ranger, same thing. So there's definitely, you know, things you gotta weigh out while you're playing, and it's not as if how do I put it? It's not as if it's like just because it's casual and laid back, it's something that you just do thoughtlessly. So it's not like a mindless grind. I guess that's the best way to put it. You're actually constantly engaged and constantly interacting.
Yo.
Okay, so I finished the order off of a Finn.
Yo.
So I'm gonna turn it in, and he has some pretty simple orders at the beginning. It's like, go do some stupid things. And I'm sure as you progress, it's gonna be more complicated. Like this one lady basically tells you, hey, go do this quest, but please try to do it in 10 minutes, and it's really difficult because it's the kind of quest where it goes into a multi-party area, which is basically a place where you might end up running into other parties, and they could end up taking the quest from you. So you have to watch out for that. Though the kills that other party members or other parties do benefit your party as well, because the items drop go to you. Same thing with experience. So literally, I mean, you could just run around and gain experience all day just following other parties. Another neat thing before I let you guys go is that everyone gets their own loot table, so when things drop, only you see that. And essentially, this game makes it so it's very hard for there to be any drama, really, unless someone scams items or something. But you know, one of the problems with World of Warcraft was that people got butthurt all the time when certain people got certain items, which I think they fixed a little bit of that. I haven't played in a while. But in this game, it's like, well, I mean, really, we just all come here to have fun, so why don't we all just have fun? There's no point in tripping balls over stuff. And I mean, I don't know if that's the intention they had, but that's definitely what I can see. Like, I can't really see anybody talking shit, and so the community, I believe, is always going to be pretty cool. I mean, you're never going to feel like you have to fucking man up and prove you're better than somebody. I mean, it's not to say drama doesn't exist, but in this game they really minimize the unnecessary drama you get, which is a big, you know, relief for people who are older and don't want to deal with that and just want to play the game. So, if you want to try something different, you can always try out this game. I generally play on Ship 9 on the Hug All server, and you know, I just started this game a couple of days ago, so I'm still learning, and I don't know exactly what all the features and functions are, but in due time I'll probably figure it out. Anyway, hope you guys give it a shot, and you know, if you have any questions, you can always post in the channel, of course. Anyway, see you later.